Okay. So my first question for you was, where did this name Bumpy 103 originate from? Where'd you get this name?
All right. Well, when I used to get a lot of Source magazines. I had a subscription, so I used to get a lot of Source magazines, and this was like when I was like 12 in seventh grade. I was in the streets. So there was an article on the well-known famous gangster, Bumpy Johnson. You heard of him before, right?
Yes,
You
I
seen the movie
have.
Hoodlum?
Yes, yes.
Follow
And he
the
was also
story.
depicted in a gangster.
An American gangster. That's right.
Okay.
He was Frank Lucas' mentor.
Right.
So I read the article and I just kind of felt like, the similarities was there. It was from Harlem. It was running the streets in Harlem. And I just took the name. And the 103, I'm originally from 103rd Street, Amsterdam Ave, Douglas Project. So I just put that on into it.
Okay, that's a nice little story. I like that story. Bumpy 103.
There you go.
And when did you first start feeling like music was something that you wanted to do?
Well, music was always there. My parents always had record players, always had records. Both of my brothers were DJs.
Okay.
My brothers are older than me, so I was kind of young, and I just picked up everything.
Got it. So music was just in your family, in your blood, in your DNA. That's just you.
Yeah, it was just there.
You came out a musician, basically.
Yeah, about 3 years old, LL Cool J was my favorite rapper. I wanted to be like him. You can ask everybody. My mannerisms, everything was
Ladies
that.
Love Cool J.
Yeah, so,
it was Lady Love Cool Bumpy.
Right. So, yeah, it just kind of came with the territory. Like, at that time, being in the late 80s, I kind of picked up things quick, so it just was like forced on me.
Okay.
So I just picked it up and ran with it.
Okay, that was actually my next question. Who was you influenced by?
Yeah, LL Cool J. I would say that's my first favorite rapper. So, I kind of took that on.
And besides yourself, now in today's hip hop world, who would you say you're influenced by, or who's your favorite rapper that
My favorite rapper of all times. I tell you this. What I started rapping because of Biggie.
Okay. That's a nice influence.
I was like, all right, I started getting my little radios. One radio would be to play the tape, and the other radio would be to record, and I would just rhyme, straight like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started rapping because of Biggie. My favorite rapper of all time, though, is Nas.
Nas. Okay. I hear that in your music.
Do you?
I definitely hear that in your music. I think I can, not that I hear Nas,
but you can see the influence.
I can see the influence.
Nas is your favorite rapper, so it's kind of hard to you know what I'm saying? To not take on that influence.
Got it.
It's there.
I got it. And who would you say your dream collaboration would be?
Dream collaboration.
Yes. If you can collaborate with anybody in this world, who would it be? It doesn't have to be hip hop. It could be anybody.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
Let's do both. Let's do one and then the other.
Alright, let's say Michael Jackson. Let's go with Mike Jack.
Okay.
Let's go with Mike Jack 1, dead. Alive? Sheesh. I really don't know. For some reason Madonna's in my head.
I like that.
Yeah.
A Bumpy 103 and Madonna collab.
Yeah.
I listen.
For some reason, I don't know why. I'll go with Madonna.
Okay, I like that. And what, if anything, would you say is missing out of hip hop right now?
Originality. The actual state of hip hop. Hip hop is a culture. If you do your research, you know what it is. The 5 elements, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't follow that. Everybody's going off of what's hot now and just doing the same thing. So that fades out. Originality lasts forever. If you hear songs that's on the radio now from 20 years ago, that means that it was original.
That's very true. That's very true. In music, what would you say is your passion, or is that your only passion? Is music your only passion, like rapping, or would you like to produce one day, or?
Well, I do write.
Okay.
I'm a writer. I don't hands-on, I don't make beats, and I don't touch the studio equipment, but I do produce as far as my ideas.
Okay.
I put things together.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my passion. I mean, I have to express myself as far as rapping. That's my form of expression. But I'm really creative, you know what I'm saying? So it's good for me to work with other artists and kind of just put things together the way that I feel needs to be put together.
And would this also be in not just hip hop? You feel like you can do this in R&B and pop?
Definitely R&B. I'm a big
Yeah.
R&B fan.
Really? So who's some of your favorite R&B people?
Sheesh. We can go back to the 70s.
Okay.
You
Let's
know,
go back to the 70s.
we go for Intruders. We can go
You
with
showing your
Smokey
age
Robinson.
going back to the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? That's where all hip hop is based off samples, and most of the samples come from James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people from the 70s. That's what hip hop is based off of.
Right.
Break beats, it's all samples from the 70s. So you have to go back to the 70s. You got to go back to James Brown. You got to go back to B.B. King. You got to go back to Ashford and Simpson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's 70s. Then you got 80s as far as, groups.
Mm-hmm.
80s groups, disco.
Big, right.
Disco is a lot. House music.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, but you said R&B.
Right.
R&B, the golden era, SWV.
Definitely.
Tony.
And those are people that if you could, you feel like you would work with them.
Definitely would.
I know that's right. And who are some of your favorite producers?
Producers, I like, Puffy's a great producer.
Diddy. Nah.
Diddy is great. You know what I'm saying? Despite all the things that you hear and say he knows his music,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff he puts out is old samples. He goes back in time.
I was gonna say.
So he sticks to the hip hop format of sampling. The Barge and
Mm-hmm.
all these big hits that were already out already. So
Right.
I would give it to Puff. I give it to people like Alchemist and Just Blaze and Jay Dilla.
Okay.
And it's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of
It's a
producers,
lot.
but Diddy did it.
Diddy did it.
Yes.
Like you can't deny that. Like he did it.
Absolutely.
He definitely did it.
And would you say you'd rather be a stage performer, or do you like the studio, like the aloneness and the quietness of the studio to get your thoughts together, or the performing on stage?
Can I say both?
You can absolutely say both, whatever you want to say. It's just you be getting to know you, baby.
All right. So let's go with the studio. The studio, basically, me per se in the studio, I'm a kind of a 1, 2, 3 kind of guy.
Okay.
I get in, I know what I'm doing, I get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? If I can do 5 songs in 1 hour, I will.
Okay.
I'll do it. As far as the stage
Mm-hmm.
is the ultimate form of expression.
Okay.
You have to have a stage presence. You know what I'm saying? If you're an artist, you have to have a certain stage presence. You have to know what you're doing on stage. Definitely love the stage as well.
Okay. So it's both.
It's both for me.
Okay. And tell me something you think your listeners should get out of your music in particular.
My originality, my creativity. At the end of the day, I don't sound like anybody. Nobody sounds like me. My producers, my writing skills is totally different. I've been doing this for too long, so the way I write is different. The way I perform is different. The way I think is totally different.
Okay. And do you think that there should be an age limit in hip hop? I get this. So this is a debate because, everybody's like, oh, Pew, you've been rapping for so long and you're too old to rap. Do you
Right.
feel like there should be a limit?
Nah, there's no age limit because at the end of the day, there's no age limit in any other genre.
I'd say the same thing. I totally agree.
There's no age limit. You know what I'm saying? If you're great, you're gonna be around for a while.
Absolutely.
Point blank period. So there's no age limit. I'm sorry, not to cut you
No,
off.
fine.
I seen recently an article that they asked Twister the same question, and he said that most rappers are at their peak at the age of 30.
Oh, wow. But that makes sense only because the genre of hip hop, this genre of music, I should say, that is hip hop, is fairly young.
It's fairly young because it targets young people, but back in the day when 1977 when hip hop started, it was all older guys in the park cutting records.
But the fact that it started in 1977, that alone lets you know that it's a young you know, it's a young music genre because you can probably date rock and everything else back way further than that.
Definitely.
So it's getting older.
True.
I mean, there's gonna be a time where your grandfather's listening to Jay-Z. It's gonna be your grandpa.
Yeah.
You know, bumping
Yeah,
it.
right.
Just like he would bump a Stevie Wonder.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So definitely, I
Exactly.
agree with you on that one. And what would you say is your most proud music? Your most proud moment in music?
Proud moment in music, period?
Yes. When did you say yes? Like, I like that. If it was an album, if it was a collaboration you heard. We can do it for you and then you personally.
Wow, that's a good question. Ah man, I guess like when certain artists, when some of your favorite artists drop their album, you know, cause you know how it was back in the day. Like when you like something, you're gonna buy it.
Absolutely.
So I guess kind of the anticipation of somebody dropping an album and going to buy it
Yes.
was one of my moments.
So you're not really into this iTunes stuff. You just get it on your phone. You actually want to go get it.
Yeah, I still go get it. It's something about going to the store and buying 5 albums
Yes.
and playing them in your CD player and driving to the
Opening the
music.
wrapper.
Yeah, like that's what we know.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. iTunes is cool.
Yeah.
Like we understand the new generation and
We
how
have to
things
grow
go.
with it, right.
Cool. Yeah, but it's nothing better than going to Best Buy or whatever, and you going to look for the shit that you. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we
Okay.
getting to know you, baby.
Right.
Curse,
Look for the music that you like and going to get it, like
Right.
going to buy it. Like that was everything back in the day.
Right.
That
You're
was
absolutely right. I miss it.
Right?
I mean, it is easier just to go on your phone, but it's nothing like going to the store, like getting the
Yeah,
album,
because
bumping it in your car.
Definitely.
Now you gotta hook your phone up to your car. You got
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bluetooth. I get
it's
it.
just
yeah.
they're making it more to where you don't have to do much nowadays. You're sitting
Yeah.
at home, you download the song. That's cool, but I was always like the type of person to be outside.
Right.
I enjoy going to the Wiz and buying tapes. And
Wiz.
yeah, you remember the Wiz?
Yes.
Come on, going to
Nobody
the
beats
Wiz
the Wiz.
and buying
yes.
tapes and buying singles and
Yes.
like I did it
Yes.
all. So
Yes.
I missed that. That was the moments. That
Definitely.
I
That was like
enjoyed.
the golden era for us.
Right.
What do you hope to accomplish throughout your music career?
To accomplish, just to be worldwide, just to be recognized worldwide. You know, I'm not really too much on kind of giving people what they're used to or in the fads or what's hot now. You know, I want to be around for a while. I want to be the people that I idolize. You know what I'm
Got it.
saying?
So longevity.
Longevity.
That's what you want. And I think I know the answer to this one, but we're going to ask you.
Okay.
Is there anyone in music right now that you would compare yourself to?
You think you know this one? You don't know this one.
Okay, maybe I don't. I'm not even going to say it sound crazy. Go ahead.
How about you tell me who you think?
I would honestly say that I thought that you would say nobody.
Nobody?
Yes, that's what I thought you would say.
Nah, I can't say nobody.
Okay, so who would you say?
I would have to compare myself to somebody like Master P.
Okay. I wouldn't have said Master P, so you got me. Go ahead.
I would say Master P because at the end of the day, Master P is a very smart man. You know, he was not only the CEO and runner of his label, he played, he rapped. He played for his team and he got out there and he did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely have to say Master P. After Master P, a lot of people came into place, like
Right.
Cameron and people that, they started building their own companies and working for their company and signing other acts to the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Master P set it off.
Okay. That's definitely Master P then. I have a game I want to play with you. Are
Okay.
you down?
I'm down.
It's 2 games, so you can pick one or we can play both. What you want?
I'm with everything.
We're gonna do both then. We're gonna do first game is gonna be the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a word and you have to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
All right.
Very quickly.
Let's
okay?
go.
New York.
Grimy.
Money.
Everything.
Music.
The world.
Love.
Deceiving.
Rapper.
Typical.
Food.
Ha. Addiction.
Car.
Necessity.
Woman.
Damn. Woman.
Woman. If I say woman, what comes to your mind? First thing.
Perfume.
Movie.
Movies. Love movies. Fanatic.
Clothes.
Fanatic.
Got these fact or fiction questions coming up. You
Let's
ready?
go. I'm ready.
All right. Boom. Nicki Minaj is the best female lyricist ever. Fact or fiction?
Sheesh.
Do, 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 do.
See, the thing is with that one, you know, you hear all type of stories as far as somebody's writing or somebody's helping her.
Mm-hmm.
So
with that out of the question, just what you hear,
I would say fact.
just from what you hear.
From what I hear, fact.
Fact, okay. Big butts are better than big boobs. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Nike makes the best sneakers for flossing.
Super fact.
Super facts. Winter apparel is flyer than summer apparel.
Facts.
Basketball is life. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Jay-Z is top 5 dead or alive. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Fact. I said double fact because I agree, but you know it's not
Double
my
fact.
question.
I'm not gonna say double fact.
I know he ain't, because I'm gonna say it.
I'll give him 5.
Okay, out of the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay. McDonald's has the best fries in America.
Fiction.
I just gotta ask you, who got the best fries in America?
Who? I mean, this so Popeye's fries is good.
Fact.
Right?
Right. Okay. Answer this one right. Androids are better than iPhones. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
I don't know about that. Nah.
I've never had an iPhone.
You've never had an iPhone?
I've always had Androids, and you know, there's always glitches and all type of shit going on.
I can't front. Me too.
You never had an iPhone?
I've had an iPhone, but I feel like my Android always has some type of issue.
So let me ask you: is Android better than iPhone? Fact or fiction?
You ain't asking me. This is on you.
It's on me. I can't say because I never had an iPhone.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
You don't know?
I don't know, because I like both. I really do. But you know, I find myself in the tug of war. Like, if people see me with an Android, they down my back. So I feel like I got a rep for Android a little bit because I got it.
I feel you.
You know? Like,
I've never had an iPhone, so I'm team Android until I go to iPhone and see what it's about.
Okay.
And then I can really elaborate on the situation.
Okay, so we're going to get back to that question.
Okay.
All right. Hot 97 is the best hip-hop station ever.
Fiction.
That's a fiction.
That's fiction. I don't even listen to I haven't listened to Hot 97 in years.
Oh my god. Okay, but it was the first. Like, it was.
It was like I was that dude sitting on the floor.
Okay.
With my radio.
Listening
to Angie Martinez.
Right.
Recording whatever DJ Clue
Right.
or
So when they had the DJs and the personalities, you was on Hot 97.
Yes,
so
it was
that.
number 1, but they lost it.
They lost that. Okay,
They
so when
lost
I
that.
get in your car, it's 105.1.
It's satellite radio.
It's satellite. Okay, I ain't mad at that. And this one you better get right. I'm not even gonna look at you. Tish Love is my favorite interviewer ever.
Absolutely.
Facts!
Absolutely.
Facts.
Super facts. Why not?
Oh man. Okay, Bumpy. Is there anything you want your supporters to know that we did not discuss in this little meeting we had?
Just know that I will be coming out with a lot of new music, a lot of projects. We'll be doing a lot of writing.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot. I like to take my time and kind of just, you know what I'm saying, figure things out, decipher myself from everything else. So,
Okay.
you know.
So we can be on the lookout for more music, more everything.
More everything.
Okay.
More everything. Just creativity, period.
Okay, we're excited for that.
Yeah.
As one of your supporters, we are very excited for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And where can we find you? What's your handles on your social medias?
Handles.
Yes.
That's funny that you say that.
Why?
It's just funny. You know, that's kind of a street thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's funny.
I'm
you say
street, you know.
that. I ain't mad at you, I know.
Know what I mean?
I know. You remember the first time I came to your crib? Do you remember that?
I have a bad memory.
When I thought about it, I'm like, fuck, I violated.
Why?
I was twisted that night.
Nah, I remember that night. Time out. Oh God.
I lost my phone. My nigga Ty got my phone out the gutter.
I do remember
Like,
that.
that was a hell of a night. I opened the door for you. Y'all left, I opened the door.
We lived on 241st in the Bronx.
Yes,
So,
yes.
like I said, I'm hood. Know what I mean?
I know it.
Oh man, but tell your supporters where they can find you.
You can find me on SoundCloud.com, 103rd Street ENT, or Bumpy103_. You can find me on IG at Bumpy103_. You can find me at Twitter, Bumpy103, at BaneBoogie27. Where else can you find me? You can just Google me.
Google me, baby.
Google Bumpy103, 103rd Street ENT. You'll find everything. I'm all over the internet.
He's everywhere and y'all ain't never there. Nah. But thank you, Shane.
Thank you.
Well, Bumpy 103.
I appreciate it.
I'm telling this government, I'm sorry.
It don't matter. Shane Jackson, my name is on papers. You come holler at me. Like,
this is family, so it's a little different.